When you look around the gym and see people lifting heavy, transforming their bodies, and pushing past limits, ask yourself one question: why not you? What makes them different? They weren't born strong. They weren't born confident. They started exactly where you are, tired, unsure, and struggling. But they chose to rise, and today, I want you to step into this journey with the same fire, the same belief, and the same determination. Because if they can do it, why not you? Most people quit because they underestimate their own potential. And this happens silently inside the mind long before the body ever gets tired. A person may stand in the gym, look around, see stronger athletes, and instantly convince themselves that they don't belong. That doubt becomes heavier than any weight they could lift. The truth is, the body is capable of far more than the mind initially accepts. But people stop before they ever discover their real strength. When you underestimate yourself, you're not losing to the weights. You're losing to your own thoughts. Many beginners step into the gym with fear. They worry about what others think, how they look, or whether their lifts are good enough. These thoughts drain confidence, but confidence isn't something you wait for. Confidence is something you build by showing up, even when you feel unsure. Every single strong athlete you see started with the same fear, but they kept going until the gym felt like home. Underestimating your potential also makes you misjudge your progress. People expect overnight results, and when they don't see changes instantly, they think something is wrong with them. They start telling themselves that they aren't meant for fitness or strength. But growth takes time. Muscles don't respond to a single good workout. They respond to repeated effort. The potential is there, but impatience blinds people from seeing it. Another reason people underestimate themselves is because they remember their failures too clearly and their strengths too vaguely. They replay the moments when they quit early, skipped workouts, or couldn't lift heavy. Instead of learning from these moments, they let them define their identity. But the truth is, every failure is just information that tells you what to fix and what to improve. It's not a sign that you are weak. It's a sign that you are human. Many people don't realize that the greatest athletes weren't born confident. They built confidence rep by rep. When someone lifts a weight that scares them, even if it's just once, they learn something powerful. They're capable of more than they thought. That small victory becomes the seed of belief, and once belief begins to grow, strength follows naturally. Sometimes a person underestimates their potential because they compare themselves to others constantly. They see someone stronger and use it as proof they don't belong. But the person they admire might be 10 years into training while they are 10 days in. Comparison kills progress. The only person you should compete with is who you were yesterday. There are people who underestimate their potential simply because they haven't pushed themselves hard enough to see what they're capable of. They stop at the first sign of discomfort. They think struggle means weakness, but struggle is actually the beginning of growth. When you push beyond your comfort zone, your muscles respond, your mind adapts, and you start unlocking levels of strength you never knew existed. Underestimating yourself also creates a cycle of low effort. When someone thinks they can't achieve something, they stop giving their best. They lift lighter weights, train less consistently, and avoid challenging exercises. Because they expect failure, they train like someone who is already defeated. But the moment you tell yourself, I can do this, your effort changes, and with effort, results follow. Many individuals never realize they have hidden strength because they never test themselves correctly. They rush through workouts without focus, or they don't track their progress. so they don't see how far they've come. If they slowed down and paid attention, they would notice small improvements. 1 extra rep, 1 kilogram heavier, 1 second longer. These small victories are proof of potential waiting to grow. And finally, people underestimate their potential because they forget that every transformation begins with an ordinary person. Champions weren't born champions. Great athletes weren't always great. They were regular people who made one powerful decision. They believed they could become more. The moment you start believing the same, everything changes. Consistency beats motivation because motivation is temporary, unpredictable, and often disappears the moment life gets difficult. Many people start their fitness journey feeling excited, energized, and ready to work hard, but after a few days or weeks, that excitement fades. When motivation dies, most people stop. But the ones who transform their lives are the ones who keep going even when the excitement is gone. They understand that progress comes from showing up every day, not just the days when they feel inspired. When someone relies only on motivation, their training becomes inconsistent. 1 good week, 2 bad weeks. 1 powerful workout, 3 lazy ones. This on and off cycle destroys progress. Muscles grow from repeated stress, not occasional effort. A person who trains 5 days a week with average intensity will always outperform someone who trains once a week with extreme intensity. Consistency wins every time because the body respects discipline more than energy spikes. Consistency also builds habits. When you repeat an action daily, it becomes part of your identity. Instead of thinking, I have to go to the gym, you start feeling, it's just what I do. At that point, training is no longer a decision, it's a routine, a part of your life. This shift from motivation to habit is what separates long-term success from short-term effort. Motivation might start the journey, but habits carry it to the finish line. Another reason consistency is more powerful is because it creates momentum. Every day you show up, you add a small piece of progress. One day it might be a little strength, another day better form, another day more stamina. These small improvements stack up and build momentum. Soon the body starts adapting faster, the lifts get stronger, and the mind becomes more confident. Momentum gives you the strength to keep going because you can see the results forming. People often forget that even on your worst days, consistency still pays off. A bad workout is still better than no workout. Even if you lift lighter, move slower, or feel tired, you are still building discipline. The results may not be obvious instantly, but the mind becomes stronger every time you push through discomfort. These tough days are the ones that build your character, your mindset, and your long-term strength. Consistency also removes the pressure of perfection. When someone trains regularly, they don't panic if one day isn't the best. They know another session is coming tomorrow. They don't quit because of one missed workout. They get right back on track. Perfection is impossible, but consistency turns imperfection into progress. Missing one day won't hurt you, but quitting will. Another important part of consistency is accountability. When you keep showing up, you hold yourself responsible for your goal. You start recognizing patterns, fixing mistakes, and learning what works for your body. You become more aware of your strengths and weaknesses. This awareness makes you better at training and better at improving. It's accountability, not motivation, that pushes people past their limits. Consistency also builds trust within yourself. When you promise yourself you'll train and you actually do it, you strengthen the relationship with your own mind. You start believing in your ability to commit. you begin to trust your discipline, and when you trust yourself, you stop looking for excuses. This self-trust becomes one of the strongest tools you have, not just in the gym, but in every area of life. People underestimate how much confidence comes from simply being consistent. When you show up day after day, you realize you are capable of much more than you thought. You start seeing that you can handle discomfort, push through challenges, and maintain discipline even when you don't feel like it. This confidence becomes fuel. It reminds you that you don't need motivation when you have consistency on your side. In the end, consistency is what turns beginners into athletes. It's what turns weak bodies into strong ones. It's what transforms doubt into belief. You don't need to feel motivated every day, you just need to refuse to stop. With enough consistency, the results will come, the strength will come, the transformation will come. And when it does, you'll look back and realize it wasn't motivation that brought you here, it was your discipline. Many people step into the gym believing that progress should appear quickly, but real strength takes time. The body doesn't transform overnight, and expecting instant change often leads to disappointment. When someone doesn't see immediate results, they assume something is wrong with them instead of realizing that every strong person they admire went through the same slow beginning. The truth is that the early stages are supposed to feel uncertain, and that uncertainty is a sign you are finally challenging your limits. It's easy to compare yourself with others who lift heavier or look more muscular, but what you see is only the result of years of discipline that you never witnessed. They had their own weak days just like you. They started from small dumbbells just like you. The difference is simple. They continued, even when it felt like nothing was changing. That patience eventually built their strength, and it can build yours too if you learn to trust the process instead of rushing it. When your journey begins, the body is still learning your muscles, your breathing, your balance, even your confidence. Everything is adjusting to a new lifestyle. You may feel awkward using machines or unsure about your form, but that's normal. Every expert in the gym once felt the exact same way. Growth likes consistency, not perfection, and the more consistent you are, the more your confidence grows without you even noticing. Some days you might wake up energized, ready to push yourself. Other days you may feel heavy, tired, or unmotivated. That doesn't mean you're failing, it means you're human. The problem is that many people quit during the days that feel heavy, not realizing that those days shape the strongest version of them. Showing up when you feel low is exactly what removes weakness from your heart and discipline from your excuses. The body changes when the mind becomes patient, and patience is not sitting and waiting. It is continuing with faith, even when results seem invisible. You may look in the mirror and see no difference, but your body is making silent progress under the surface. Every rep, every drop of sweat, and every minute you spend improving yourself adds up in a way you'll eventually see and feel. There will be moments when you question your decision to start. You will ask yourself if it's worth it, if you are built for this, or if results will ever come. These questions appear in every athlete's mind. The strongest don't avoid these doubts. They defeat them daily. If you can keep going despite the questions, you will eventually find the answers written in your strength, your energy, and your transformation. Instead of focusing on instant change, focus on small daily wins. Maybe today you lifted an extra kilogram. Maybe your form improved. Maybe you lasted longer on the treadmill. These micro victories seem small, but they build the foundation of a powerful physique. Celebrating small progress keeps you motivated and reminds you that you are moving in the right direction. You must also realize that slow progress is far better than no progress. Many people quit months before their true transformation begins. They stand only a few steps away from the results they dreamed of, but impatience forces them to stop early. The ones who win are not the fastest. They are simply the ones who didn't give up. Look at your journey with long-term vision. Imagine yourself 1 year from now stronger, more disciplined, healthier, and more confident. That future version of you will thank you for not giving up during the times when progress felt slow or invisible. Every rep right now is shaping that future. If you stay consistent, stay patient, and trust the gradual nature of growth, you will witness a transformation that surprises even you. Your strength will become your identity, your discipline will become your habit, and your patience will become your power. Remember, slow progress is still progress, and slow progress builds strong people. Many people struggle in the gym because they rely too much on motivation instead of building discipline. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays even when you're tired, stressed, or simply not in the mood. If you wait to feel motivated, you will skip more days than you will show up. But when you learn to go even without motivation, your body and mind begin to change in ways you never imagined. Discipline teaches you to respect your own promises. When you say you'll work out today and you actually follow through, you strengthen your character. This inner strength affects more than just your physical body. It changes how you handle life, responsibilities, and challenges. The simple act of showing up builds a version of you that keeps growing beyond the gym walls. There will be days where everything inside you wants to rest. Those are the days that test your dedication the most. If you push through even slightly, maybe doing a shorter workout or lighter training, you still build the habit. And habits matter more than intensity. A strong habit means you don't negotiate with your excuses. You choose action automatically. The people you admire in fitness aren't motivated every day. They simply refuse to break their routine. They treat training like brushing their teeth, not optional, not emotional, just part of life. This mindset frees them from mental battles and keeps them progressing while others restart their journey again and again. Replacing motivation with discipline also protects you from inconsistency. You no longer work hard for 1 week and disappear for the next. Instead, you create a steady rhythm that your body begins to rely on. This rhythm helps your muscles grow, helps your stamina improve, and helps your transformation become smoother. Consistency is where real results are born. Discipline also removes guilt. When you skip workouts due to lack of motivation, you often feel disappointed in yourself. But when you show up even on difficult days, you feel proud. That pride becomes fuel, and that fuel keeps you pushing forward, even during challenges that would have stopped you months earlier. Once you build discipline, you stop comparing yourself to others. You no longer chase their speed, strength, or progress. You chase your commitment. You compete with the person you were yesterday, and that competition is the healthiest one you can ever have. Each day, you improve in even the smallest way. You win. You start realizing that your mind controls your body, not the other way around. Your body might feel tired, but your mind decides to show up. Your body might feel weak, but your mind decides to push 1 more rep. This mental power becomes your biggest weapon inside and outside the gym, and somewhere in this discipline journey, you begin to change without even noticing. Your shoulders look stronger, your energy becomes higher, your steps feel lighter. Confidence grows quietly in the background. All of this happens not because you were motivated every day, but because you stayed committed every day. Eventually, the gym becomes more than a place to exercise. It becomes a training ground for your soul. You learn patience, commitment, control, and resilience. This is why discipline beats motivation. It builds a version of you that keeps going, keeps growing, and keeps rising long after motivation fades. When you don't track your progress, you lose the chance to see how far you've come. Many people feel like they aren't improving simply because they rely on memory instead of clear evidence. A small notebook, a phone app, or even a simple note can show you exactly how much stronger you've become. When you see the numbers rise, more reps, more weight, longer endurance, it gives you a powerful reminder that your effort is working. Tracking progress also protects you from giving up early. Sometimes you feel stuck, thinking nothing is changing, but when you look back at your records, you realize you actually lifted more, moved better, or pushed harder than you did weeks ago. This small realization can reignite your drive and push you through the toughest periods. It's easy to underestimate yourself when everything is in your mind, but tracking makes your growth real. It transforms your journey into something measurable. Even a 1-rep increase or a slight improvement in form becomes something to celebrate. These small victories add up over time and become massive changes that you only appreciate when you have a record. When you track your progress, you also understand your body better. You begin to recognize patterns when your strength peaks, when your energy dips, which exercises help you grow faster, and which ones cause discomfort. This awareness keeps you safe and helps you plan your training more intelligently. Tracking progress also keeps your goals clear. Instead of going to the gym without direction, you know exactly what you need to work on. If last week you lifted 20 kg, this week you aim for 21 kg. If last session you ran 10 minutes, today you aim for 11. These small step-by-step goals keep you focused and prevent you from wasting effort on random routines. It also keeps you honest. Without tracking, people often overestimate how much they train or how consistent they are. Writing down your workouts shows the truth. It removes guesswork and gives you a clear picture of your dedication. This honesty is important because real growth comes from knowing exactly where you stand. Progress tracking also creates a sense of responsibility. When you write something down, it feels like a commitment. You start looking forward to filling that page with effort. Each entry becomes a promise you kept, and over time, these promises build a stronger version of yourself, physically and mentally. With progress records, your journey becomes more meaningful. You don't just chase a dream. You see the journey unfolding in front of you. Every page tells a story of effort, sweat, and improvement. It becomes a history of your transformation, something you can look back on with pride. Even on your toughest days, progress tracking gives you hope. When you feel tired, unmotivated, or slow, looking at your past improvement reminds you that growth takes time. It tells you that you've faced challenges before and still improved. This quiet reminder keeps you moving forward when your mind wants to quit. In the end, tracking progress turns your fitness journey into something you control. Instead of waiting for results to magically appear, you guide your growth step by step. You understand where you started, where you are, and where you're going. And with every record you write, you build a future version of yourself who is stronger, wiser, and far more determined than the person who began. Many people underestimate the power of consistency, thinking motivation alone will carry them through. But motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel unstoppable, and other days you feel empty and slow. That's why consistency matters more than feeling inspired. When you show up even on the days you don't feel like it, you build discipline, and discipline becomes your real strength in fitness and in life. Consistency isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. Even a shorter workout on a low-energy day is better than skipping entirely because it keeps your routine alive. Every time you keep the habit alive, you make it stronger. The routine becomes part of your identity, and once something becomes a part of who you are, staying committed becomes much easier. What many beginners do wrong is train with intensity, but without routine. They go hard for a week, then disappear for 2. They expect fast results, but the human body doesn't transform overnight. It responds to repeated effort, not one-time burst. The small daily steps you take matter far more than occasional big leaps. The results you want come from showing up again and again. Consistency also reduces frustration. When you train regularly, your progress becomes smoother. Strength increases gradually, endurance improves, and recovery becomes better. But when you start and stop, your body struggles to adapt. This makes every workout harder than it needs to be. When you stay consistent, your body stays ready and every movement feels more natural. There's also a quiet sense of confidence that comes with consistency. Knowing you've shown up every day gives you inner strength. You don't have to rely on hype or external motivation because you have proof of your own commitment. This confidence doesn't just stay in the gym, it follows you into your daily life, making you more resilient in everything you do. Consistency protects your progress from disappearing. If you take long breaks, you lose muscle, you lose stamina, and your form gets rusty. But if you stick to a simple, steady routine, your body holds on to strength and continues to grow. You don't need extreme workouts. What you need is regular effort done with purpose. Showing up consistently also trains your mind. It teaches patience, focus, and self-control. These are qualities that build strong character. When you push through, even when you feel tired or busy, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. This mental training plays a huge role in your long-term transformation. Consistency makes your goals realistic and achievable. When you break your goals into small daily actions, they stop feeling overwhelming. You might not be able to transform your whole body in a week, but you can complete today's workout. You can make today's meal healthier. You can take one step at a time, and these steps eventually add up to something powerful. It also helps you build momentum. The more days you show up, the easier it becomes to continue. Momentum turns effort into habit, and habit turns struggle into lifestyle. Once you reach this stage, you no longer fight against yourself to train. You naturally choose the path that leads to progress because it feels normal and familiar. Over time, consistency becomes the foundation of your entire fitness journey. You realize that the real transformation was never about lifting the heaviest weights or doing the hardest routines. It was about showing up again and again, even when nothing dramatic was happening. That slow, steady commitment shapes your body, strengthens your mind, and builds a version of yourself that doesn't quit, doesn't back down, and never stops improving. A major mistake many beginners make is comparing themselves to others. They walk into the gym, see someone lifting heavy weights, and instantly feel small or discouraged. But what they forget is that everyone started from somewhere. That person who looks strong today was once a beginner too, struggling with the same doubts. Comparison steals focus, and when your focus is gone, your progress slows down. Instead of looking at others, The real challenge is learning to compete with yourself. Every day you enter the gym, your goal should be to do just a little better than yesterday. Maybe it's one extra rep, a slightly better form, or simply showing up with more determination. These small improvements might look tiny in the moment, but they stack up into something powerful over time. When you compare yourself to others, you overlook your own journey. You forget your starting point, your struggles, and the obstacles you're overcoming. You ignore your unique progress because you're too busy measuring yourself with someone who isn't living your life. Progress is not a race, it's a personal path, and the most meaningful victories are the ones where you beat your own past self. Comparison can also create unnecessary pressure. You start lifting weights heavier than you can handle, not because you're ready, but because you feel embarrassed or impatient. This leads to injuries, wrong form, and burnout. Many people quit because they push themselves based on someone else's achievements instead of listening to their own body. Growth happens with patience, not pressure. Another problem with comparison is that it blinds you to your own strengths. Maybe you're not lifting the heaviest weights, but your endurance might be improving. Maybe you're not the fastest, but your consistency is strong. Everyone has different strengths, and those strengths appear at different stages. When you accept this, your confidence grows naturally. Focusing on your own journey allows you to celebrate your progress honestly. Every milestone becomes meaningful because it belongs to you. The first time you complete a workout without stopping, the first time you increase your weight, the first time you look in the mirror and feel stronger. These moments matter more than trying to match someone else's level. These are the victories that keep you going. You also begin to appreciate the process more when you stop comparing. Instead of rushing to reach a certain look or strength level, you start enjoying the daily grind. The sweat, the discipline, the routine, these become satisfying because you're no longer chasing someone else's image. You're building your own identity, one workout at a time. When you focus on yourself, your progress becomes healthier and more sustainable. You train smarter, you set realistic goals, and you learn to celebrate effort, not perfection. This mindset helps you stay committed in the long run. It removes the mental stress that comparison creates and replaces it with self-respect and determination. You also gain a stronger sense of gratitude. You begin to appreciate your own body, your own effort, and your own journey. You realize that growth is not just about muscles, it's about mindset, and a strong mindset grows only when you stop looking at others and start looking within. Gratitude makes the journey meaningful even before the results come. In the end, competing with yourself makes you unstoppable. You are no longer held back by insecurity or jealousy. You rise at your own pace, grow with your own rhythm, and transform with your own effort. Your only competition becomes the person you were yesterday, and each day you step into the gym, you choose to become better than that version. One of the biggest mistakes many gym goers make is ignoring proper form. They rush through exercises just to finish faster or to lift heavier weights, thinking that speed or weight equals strength. But real strength is built through control, stability, and technique. Without proper form, every workout becomes a risk rather than a step forward. Improper form doesn't just slow progress, it can cause serious injuries. Many people experience back pain, shoulder strain, or knee discomfort simply because they were not lifting correctly. They bend too much, swing their body, or let momentum do the work instead of the muscles. When this happens, the workout becomes dangerous and the journey gets delayed. Using correct form also ensures that the right muscles are trained. Many beginners try to lift heavy just to impress others or to feel like they're progressing faster. But in reality, heavy weight with bad form means the wrong muscles are being used, and the actual target area stays weak. Proper form makes every rep effective, every set meaningful, and every workout valuable. Another mistake is copying other people's movements without understanding why they're doing it. Every body is different. Different height, different flexibility, different strength levels. Just because someone else performs an exercise a certain way doesn't mean it's right for you. Learning your own technique step by step makes your training safer and more powerful. Proper form also builds discipline. It forces you to slow down, to concentrate, and to stay present in every movement. It teaches control, balance, and patience. These qualities don't just improve your workouts, they shape your mindset. You begin to understand that greatness requires focus, not rush. And the gym becomes a place where discipline grows inside you. When you master form, you build a foundation. This foundation allows you to lift heavier later, but safely. It protects your joints, strengthens your core, and prepares your body for long-term training. Many of the strongest athletes in the world didn't get strong by lifting heavy instantly. They perfected their basics first. That is what made them unstoppable. Good form also boosts confidence. When you know how to perform an exercise correctly, you feel more in control. You no longer worry about looking inexperienced because your focus is on doing things the right way. Confidence grows not from lifting heavy, but from lifting smart, and lifting smart always begins with correct technique. You also progress faster when your form is correct. Every rep hits the right muscle, every set builds real strength, and your body responds more effectively. Instead of chasing numbers, you start chasing quality, and quality always brings long-lasting results. Your strength increases in a steady and healthy way, and your performance becomes far more impressive. Learning proper form also teaches humility. It reminds you that progress is not about pride, it's about growth. Sometimes you must reduce the weight to fix your technique, and that's okay. In fact, it shows maturity. A person who is willing to start small will always reach further than someone who lifts heavy with ego, but without understanding. In the end, proper form keeps you safe, makes you stronger, and shapes your discipline. It transforms your workout from a routine into an art. When your technique is solid, your journey becomes smoother, your body becomes stronger, and your confidence grows naturally. The right form doesn't just improve your training, it elevates your entire fitness journey. Consistency is the quiet force behind every transformation. Many people start their fitness journey with excitement, but that excitement fades quickly when results don't show instantly. What they don't realize is that the body doesn't respond to emotions. It responds to repetition. The more consistent you are, the faster your progress becomes, even if you don't notice it immediately. A common mistake is expecting visible changes within a few days or weeks. When people fail to see fast results, they feel discouraged and slow down. But the truth is, results grow in silence, muscles repair in silence, strength builds in silence. Just because something is not visible today doesn't mean it isn't happening inside your body. Consistency keeps those changes alive. Many beginners compare their progress to others and lose motivation. They forget that everyone has a different history, different genetics, and different challenges. Comparing yourself to someone else creates unnecessary pressure. The only person you need to be better than is who you were yesterday. Consistency with yourself is more powerful than competition with others. Skipping workouts because of mood or laziness becomes a habit, and this habit slowly destroys discipline. Even missing one day can make it easier to miss the next, but showing up even on days when you feel tired teaches your mind that you're serious about your goal. When you show up consistently, your body adapts and your discipline sharpens. Consistency also helps your body trust you. When you train regularly, your muscles learn the pattern, your heart becomes stronger, and your stamina increases. But when you stop for long breaks, your body goes back to its old state. It forgets the rhythm, and you have to start again from the beginning. Consistency prevents that cycle of stopping and restarting. Small, steady efforts are far more powerful than rare, intense efforts. Someone who trains lightly but consistently will always beat someone who trains hard once a month. Consistency builds habits, and habits build the future. When you repeat something long enough, it becomes part of your identity. You stop forcing yourself to train. You start wanting it naturally. Another mistake is expecting every workout to feel perfect. Some days you feel strong, and some days you feel drained. But consistency means showing up regardless. Even a medium effort on a tough day is better than giving up completely. Your journey won't be perfect, but it doesn't need to be. It just needs to continue. Consistency also brings mental strength. When you push yourself to stay committed, you develop discipline that carries into every part of your life. Your studies, your work, your behavior, your mindset. A consistent person becomes reliable, focused, and stable. The gym trains your body, but consistency trains your character. Long-term progress requires patience, and consistency is the key to patience. You learn to trust the process instead of rushing it. You learn that growth takes time, and that time is an investment, not a delay. When you stay consistent, your efforts begin to compound. Little improvements stack up until they become something powerful. Consistency shapes you into a person who doesn't quit when things get tough. It strengthens your body, sharpens your mind, and builds your future. Every day you show up, you choose strength over excuses. And when you look back months later, you realize that the person you became is far stronger than the person who first walked into the gym. Self-belief is the foundation of every journey. Without believing in yourself, even the strongest plan becomes weak. Many people walk into the gym already doubting themselves, thinking they are too weak, too late, or too far behind. But the truth is, every champion started from the same place, believing they could become more than they were yesterday. When you replace doubt with belief, your actions become stronger, and your progress becomes faster. Some people rely too much on the approval of others. They want someone to motivate them, praise them, or remind them why they started. But self-belief means you carry your own motivation. You don't wait for others to tell you what you can be. You wake up knowing that your journey is yours alone. When your belief comes from inside, it becomes unbreakable, because no one can take it away from you. One of the biggest mistakes is letting small failures destroy your confidence. Missing a session, struggling with a lift, or not seeing progress is not failure. It's part of the process. Every strong person has gone through weak days, but they didn't quit. They believed that their effort had value, even when the results were slow. That belief is what kept them moving forward while others stopped. Self-belief grows when you acknowledge small wins. Many people ignore the little improvements, the extra rep, the better form, the increased focus. But these small achievements build a powerful mindset. When you appreciate your small growth, you fuel your motivation. You start seeing yourself as someone who is improving, not someone who is stuck. Celebrating small steps is the secret to staying committed for the long run. Believing in yourself also means trusting that your body can adapt. At first, lifting weights feels difficult, your muscles hurt, and you doubt whether you can keep going. But with every session, your body learns. It becomes stronger, more capable, more resilient. When you trust the process, you allow your body the time it needs to grow. Self-belief removes the pressure and replaces it with patience. Self-belief sharpens your discipline. When you trust yourself, you stop making excuses. You stop saying, "I can't," and you start saying, "I will." This shift in mind turns ordinary efforts into extraordinary results. A strong body is built in the gym, but a strong character is built through belief. When your mind believes in your strength, your body follows naturally. Many people underestimate the power of mindset. They think training is only physical, but it's deeply mental. When you enter the gym with belief, your reps feel lighter, your energy feels higher, and your goals feel closer. But when you enter with doubt, even small tasks feel heavy. Your mindset shapes your performance more than any weight ever will. Self-belief also protects you from negativity. No matter where you train, there will be people stronger than you, faster than you, or more experienced than you. But when you believe in yourself, their presence becomes motivation, not discouragement. You stop comparing and start focusing. You realize that your journey is unique, and your only competition is the person in the mirror. When you believe in yourself, you inspire others without even trying. People notice your discipline, your confidence, and your consistency. Your journey becomes proof that anyone can grow if they commit. You didn't start as the strongest, you started as someone willing to believe, and that inspires others to do the same. Strong belief creates strong impact. Self-belief turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. It gives you courage on weak days, strength on tired days, and hope on quiet days. It reminds you that greatness doesn't belong to a select few. It belongs to those who believe they can keep going. When you stand in front of the weights, remind yourself, you are capable, you are strong, and you are built for this journey. Everything begins with belief, and belief begins with you. Before you walk away today, remember this. Your future strength is hidden inside the effort you give right now. Don't wait for the perfect day, the perfect mood, or the perfect moment. Start with what you have, push with what you can. Stay consistent, stay disciplined, and stay honest with yourself. Others have risen from nothing and built greatness. So why not you? Your journey begins with one choice. Keep going.